What if I told you there's one country that has been standing strong for over 500 years? A country that faced the Romans, the Arabs, the Turks, the Russians, the British, and they're all gone, but this country, still standing, still undefeated. I'm talking about Iran. And here's the wild part. Right now, American and Israeli lawmakers are looking for ways to take Iran down. But here's what they don't want you to know. Fighting Iran head-on might be the worst military decision in modern history. Sounds crazy, right? Stick with me for the next few minutes because what I'm about to show you will completely change how you see Middle Eastern geopolitics. Imagine trying to invade a fortress. But this isn't just any fortress. This fortress has walls made of mountains, guards made of deserts, and a moat that controls a fifth of the world's oil supply. That's Iran. But the most fascinating part, geography is just the beginning of this story. The natural fortress. Okay, so let's talk about what makes Iran literally impossible to conquer. And trust me, the real mind-blowing stuff is coming up. Picture this. You're a military commander planning an invasion of Iran. Where do you even start? From the west? Nope. The Zagros Mountains are waiting for you. Massive peaks that gently slope into Iraq, but form an almost impassable wall on the Iranian side. From the north? Think again. The Alborz Mountains. And the border with Turkey will stop. You dead in your tracks. From the east? Not happening. More mountain ranges marking the borders with Afghanistan and Pakistan. And even if you somehow get past all that, you've got the Caspian Sea to the north and nearly 2,500 kilometers of coastline to the south. But here's where it gets really interesting. You know the Strait of Hormuz, that narrow passage of water between Iran and Oman? 1/5 of the entire world's petroleum flows through there. Let that sink in. Iran basically has its hand on the throat of the global economy. One wrong move, one decision to block that strait, and the entire world feels it. Tell me in the comments, did you know Iran had this much power? Now, listen to this. You'd think all these mountains and strategic positions would make Iran this powerful expanding empire, right? Wrong. And here's the ironic twist that most people miss. The same mountains that protect Iran, they also trap it. They cage it in. Every time Iran tried to expand westward throughout history, they ran straight into superpowers. The Romans, the Ottomans, the Russians, one after another. So what did Iran do? They got smart. Really smart. The proxy strategy. Instead of direct conquest, Iran developed something genius, something that still works today. Proxy networks. Think about it like this. If you can't directly control a territory because mountains make it too expensive and too difficult, what do? You find people already living there who share your interests, and you support them. The ancient Persian Empire did this thousands of years ago, giving autonomy to conquered territories while maintaining influence. Fast forward to 2026, and Iran is doing the exact same thing. Hezbollah in Lebanon, Houthis in Yemen, various militias in Iraq and Syria. Same strategy, just modernized. Pretty clever, right? But wait, there's something even more complicated hiding beneath the surface. Something that could be Iran's greatest weakness, or its unexpected strength. And this is where things get really wild. The ethnic puzzle. Here's something that's going to blow your mind. Ethnic Persians, you know, the people we think of as Iranian, they only make up about 55–60% of the population. The rest Azeris, Kurds, Arabs, Balakis, Turkmen. Iran is like this massive puzzle of different ethnic groups, each with their own language, culture, and identity. Now you might think, aha, that's the weakness. Just support these groups to break away from Iran. And you know what? That's exactly what America and Israel have been trying to do. During the Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s, Saddam Hussein had the same brilliant idea. He thought, I'll just support the Arab minority in Iran's oil-rich Khuzestan province. They'll rebel, join Iraq, and boom, Iran falls apart. It completely failed. Iraq also backed Kurdish separatists, sent weapons, money, propaganda. The Kurds fought hard, sure. But Iran held together. How did a country this divided manage to stay united? The religious masterstroke. This is the part that changed everything, and it happened over 500 years ago. Picture the year 1501. A young leader named Ismail had just crowned himself Shah. He's standing at the center of his newly conquered empire, looking at all these different ethnic groups. Persians, Azeris, Kurds, Arabs, all speaking different languages, following different customs. How do you unite them? Ismail made one decision that would echo through centuries. He declared Shia Islam as the state religion. Suddenly it didn't matter if you were Persian or Azeri or Kurdish. You were all Shia, you all prayed the same way. You all followed the same religious leaders. And here's the kicker. Ismail himself was an ethnic Azeri, not even Persian. This created something powerful, an identity that went beyond ethnicity, beyond language, beyond tribe. Today, 95% of Iran is Shia Muslim. And that religious unity, it's the glue holding everything together. But, and this is a big but, there's a problem brewing. After the 1979 Islamic Revolution, Iran went all in on the Shia identity. Religion became mandatory, forced, imposed. And you know what happens when you force something on people. They start to resent it. Even Iran's own government studies show that Iranians are becoming less religious than before. The very thing that united them for 500 years is starting to crack. The iron fist. So how does Iran stay together now? Good old-fashioned force. In 2022, massive protests erupted across Iran, the biggest in nearly 40 years. People demanding freedom, demanding change. The government's response? State media called protesters terrorists, security forces deployed everywhere. Hundreds arrested, many sent to execution. And you know what happened? Iran crushed the protests. Now here's where this gets uncomfortable. American and Israeli policymakers look at Iran's ethnic diversity and see an opportunity. Support the Kurds here, the Balokis there, the Arabs in Khuzestan. Is it morally right? Probably not. Is it effective? History says no. The democracy dilemma. And this is the part that finally makes everything make sense. You ever wonder why Iran's leadership is so against democracy? Why they're so paranoid about Western influence? Because they genuinely believe, that democracy is a Trojan horse, that if Iran embraces liberal democratic values, if they give minorities full rights to self-determination, the country will tear itself apart within a generation. Think about it from their perspective. You're sitting in Tehran. You've got Kurds who want to join their brothers in Iraq and Turkey, Azeris who feel closer to Azerbaijan, Arabs who identify with the wider Arab world, Balokis fighting for independence. Give them all democratic rights to self-determination, and what happens? Referendum, secession, disintegration. So Iran is stuck in this impossible situation. Choose authoritarianism and theocracy. Keep the country together through force, but face internal resentment and international isolation. Or choose democracy and freedom. Risk the entire country fragmenting into pieces, losing the oil fields, losing the strategic position, becoming a landlocked, weakened Persian rump state. That's the choice. That's why Iran is the way it is, the unbeatable fortress. So let's come back to where we started. Can Iran be defeated? Militarily, the geography says no. Those mountains, those deserts, that control over global oil supply, it's a fortress. Economically, sanctions have hurt, sure, but Iran's still standing after decades of them. Through separatism, the ethnic diversity seems like a weakness, but history shows it's harder to exploit than it looks. Iran has survived the Roman Empire, the Arab caliphates, the Mongol invasions, the Ottoman Empire, the Russian Empire, the British Empire. All of them are gone. Iran remains. You know what's crazy? The same geographic and ethnic factors that make Iran so hard to conquer are the exact same factors that make it so hard to govern internally. It's like Iran is trapped in its own fortress, protected from the outside but struggling within. Makes you think differently about the Middle East, doesn't it? So here's what I want to know from you. Drop a comment below and tell me. Do you think Iran's strategy of using proxies instead of direct expansion is genius or dangerous? I'm genuinely curious what you think. And if this video changed how you see Iran and Middle Eastern geopolitics, smash that like button. Subscribe for more deep dives into the geography and politics that shape our world.